right, well, good morning. Welcome back to the homestead. It is a gloomy morning. It wasn't supposed to be raining today, and it's sprinkling and thundering and all kinds of fun stuff. So while it's doing that, you can see behind me the laundry got caught out on the on the line. I'm not good at this. Anyway, we're going to go in the cat cave and reprogram all of the cat feeders. And then we're going to do some other things like work on securing those so that the raccoons can't throw them around anymore. They've started getting in the cat cave, and I don't know how to keep them out. I could put the traps out. The problem is we trap our own cats that way. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. Stay awake at night. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, we're going to go in and we're going to reprogram or program all of those cat feeders so they're all identical. They have the same amount as far as portions go, and they'll go off twice a day. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Oh, by the way, it's kind of cramped in there, not real bright. So we'll do our best to make it so that you can kind of see what's going on. All of that ends up being a mess, I'm pretty sure will get edited out in the process, and it may be very short. Hey, you may not even get to see the programming. So, there you go. Drop something. Okay, I've got the feeder in my lap. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see my face and the feeder at the same time. And I'm over on the brightest part of the cat house for the moment, or cat cave. So I'm going to try and program this. I think I've got it down. I read the directions. Doesn't mean a whole lot, but I did anyway. And we'll see if we can do this. Unlock it. It's unlocked. Set. If the time's right. Set. Set. Oh, it's set on PM, I think. Two times. I think we decided 8 a.m. Portions, 3. We'll get off the fan. Number 2. $6 p.m. Portions 3. Set. Okay. All right. I think that's done. If that's all there is to it, this shouldn't take very long. Plug it in. Next, the double feeder, but I don't need to set that one because that one we set by Wi-Fi. Hey, Callie. All right, on to feeder number 2. I can already tell it's not right. First of all, the time's wrong. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is number 4, actually. It's actually pretty easy to do. I've not set these before, or maybe I have and don't remember, but it's not difficult. Pretty intuitive screen. The directions were typical directions. It's much better to just play with it until you find what you want. Anyway, so we're setting them for 2 feedings per day instead of 4 real small feedings, 2 bigger feedings in the morning and then in the evening. That way, they'll be encouraged to run around, get some rats, mice, that kind of stuff like they're supposed to do, because they need to pay for their existence here a little bit. Subsidize. Anyway, let's keep going. After I do this, of course, I'm going to have to fill them all up because we're going to be gone for a few days. So I'll fill them all up, and then I was thinking about doing something so that the raccoons can't beat the machines up. Oh, you got a mouse. Never mind. Who is that? Oh, that's a real mouse. Real dead mouse. That's a real mouse. Good job. What you doing, Stripes? Did you go get the mouse for the babies? Hey, where's your little ones? I haven't seen them, babe. This is the part that's difficult for me because this is screwed down to the floor and I'm not a little guy. You know, thinking about it, the smart thing would have been to fill each one of them while I had them right here. So I'm going to fill this last one because it's one of the hardest ones to get to with food, and then I'll put it away. Hey, OG. What you doing, baby? Oh, you don't fight over the mouse. You know, I was talking about him needing to get mice and subsidize. Dale there, he got a mouse. And Lacey thinks she wants it. So they're having a growl fest right now. Lacey's a baby. There's no danger for Dale as far as getting the mice taken away. Mouse taken away. Okay. Guess I'll go get the bucket. Start filling these. Okay. Well, that's programming, reprogramming, and filling the cat feeders in the cat cave. Not that big a deal. But next time I do the reprogramming, I'll fill them while they're sitting right here at my feet. That would make so much more sense. Wish I'd have thought about that before the last one. Well, at least I thought about it at the last one. And I did make a comment, why is this one so much taller? Well, it's one of the double feeders. One of the benefits of the double feeders is they have 2 bowls. So they'll dispense twice the amount of food if you want them to. And they're Wi-Fi. So all we have to do to change the programming on those is log in and go to the little app and change it that way. Super simple. Although this isn't not hard at all. The other allows us to increase it if we're away or whatever. I don't know. You know the way things are going today. All right, now I'm going to head out to the garage feeders, check those out, make sure they're full of food, and check the programming on those. Make it so that it matches these. Those are going to be a little more difficult because they're screwed to the ground. I don't want to unscrew them, so I'll be like probably laying on my side in the dirt, gravel, mud, whatever, getting those set. And they're all different than these. Not all of them, but one or two of them I think is different than these. I could be mistaken, but I don't think so. Anyway, let's go to the garage. Oh, it's dark there too, and no lights, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But we'll go see anyway. Oh, these are the same kind, so it shouldn't be too hard. Take care of the programming. And we just need to top them off. Now we have spent a great deal of money on cat feeders over the years, different types, different brands, and because they were always in the garage and they were always being attacked by raccoons. And raccoons are feisty little guys, and they're really smart, and they have figured out ways to get food out of them even when you can't get them open. These particular feeders, they cannot get food out of them. Maybe one kernel, maybe two, but by sticking their arm up inside. But they're really good, and they can't really damage them either. So we have switched them all over to this brand, at least the ones that are on the outside. We still have the other brands inside the coach for the other 2 cats and the dog. But which is kind of odd because you wouldn't think we'd do that for the other cats. But we do because we have extra feeders because those are some of the first ones we bought. They still work fine. If you're using feeders indoors, great. And pretty much anything out there will work. These particular ones for outdoors seem to do well for us. The ones in the garage, like I said, they are screwed down so that the raccoons can't carry them off, because they will. They'll carry them off and separate the top from the bottom, and they still can't get the food out, but that's what gets them frustrated. So we have them screwed to the ground, and then we have a board on hinges that comes down over the top of them. You saw that when I first opened it up. To get them to just kind of leave them alone. And it works real well. They don't try to get the lids off. They don't, they do go in there and try to get food out, and they'll work for an hour or so, but there's really nothing they can get out. Now, we kind of need to do the same thing to the ones in the cat cave now that they've decided to go over there and start looking around. So that means I've got to come up with a way to secure those. I don't really want to screw them to the ground. Well, these aren't screwed to the ground. They're screwed to the wall. It's difficult when you need to clean, move things around, that kind of stuff. The garage, who cares? It's a garage. But the cat cave is a little cleaner environment, and we'd like to keep it that way. So I've been rolling around some things in my head. I know, obviously, the first thing I need to do is put the board that goes over the top that's hinged to kind of hold them down. Earlier, I talked about putting a cap or a shelf on top of those feeders in the cat cave. Well, I scrounged around my shop, and I found a shelf that's perfect length. It's already got braces all the way around that hang down to kind of cap it off like so. So I just need to cut the depth of it a little bit. So I'm going to take 3.5 inches off the back of it, take it back in there. I'm going to have to notch out around one post, I think. Not sure, but we're going to find out. Anyway, so let's get to cutting. Yep, I think that's going to work. So we can go like this, or like this. I think that'll work. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, I think that'll work to block them in, but we may wind up having to put something in between them. I'll have to put one here too, but something in between them so they can't be pulled sideways. Okay, I think that's fairly secure. Okay, well that does it for me and work on the cat cave. It was a good little project. I made it last way too long. Sorry about that. I tend to over-engineer and overthink things, but it's the way I am. It's who I am. After 64 years or so, probably not going to change. Probably get worse. Just saying. Sure appreciate you watching though. God bless you. We'll see you next time on the homestead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share it with a friend. Bye now.